Welcome to another episode of the Michigan Dynasty. Coming off our devastating loss to Nebraska, which now puts us in 4th in the Big Ten and pretty much out of a conference championship unless Oregon, Nebraska, or Penn State lose, as well as out of the college football playoff currently. However, if we beat Ohio State today, we might be able to get back into that race for the college football playoff. But Michigan has to beat Ohio State first, so we'll see you at the break, at halftime. All Blues today. We'll see you at halftime. Thanks for watching, everybody. If you do enjoy, go Blue.
This will be the largest group of assembled fans in the Western Hemisphere. That's why they need a big house. Welcome to Ann Arbor, home of the Michigan Wolverines. As we wind our way toward the end of another college football season, one of the grand traditions is paying tribute and respect to those who have just poured their souls into the success of this program and honor the seniors on Senior Day. As we'll see the number 19 team in the country, the Ohio State Buckeyes, taking on the 10th-ranked team in the land, the Michigan Wolverines. For EA Sports College Football, I'm Reese Davis, joined here in the booth, as always, by David Pollack and Jesse Palmer. Guys, let's tee this one up. He'll start the return inside his 5. He was hoping for something a little more dynamic, but they get him on the ground at the 20. So Michigan's offense takes the field to start this game off. Stakes are always high in the game. Careers are made and lost because of it, and they'll have to manage their emotions, guys.
Some games in college football just mean more. When you think about Ohio State and Michigan, you think about not just Big Ten implications, national title implications, Heisman Trophy implications. Late in the year, David, this is just must-watch TV.
Must-watch TV. Two of the winningest programs in college football history. This game, I tell you what, recent years has really brought back the tradition and been so much more competitive now that Michigan's also getting some wins.
They stop him almost immediately. Short gain there, and still a little ground to cover to pick up the first. Second down coming up. They'll go to the ground. That's what you expect from a senior. Don't give them any extra yards. Great tackle there. Line is set on 3rd down. To the ground to try to move the chains. What a nifty run there to pick up the first down. The Wolverines are moving quickly down the field. Handoff from the gun. Not a whole lot of progress made there on the short run. Those winged helmets flew up and down the field as Michigan won in a blowout last season.
It was a beatdown, and the team up north did some spanking to the team down south. And this was already talked about. This is already a rivalry that you get bragging rights. But when it's a one-sided beatdown and you're Ohio State and you had a year to simmer on this, you better respond.
Ohio State got spanked by giant paddles, too. I mean, that was all over the place. And I'll tell you, Michigan, they came out on fire offensively. Explosive plays. They put their speed on display. They're going to try and do that again this game.
Solid pickup of 4 on first down. It's 2nd and 6. It's a reverse. Makes a man miss. And he's tripped up, but not before picking up the first down.
Good timing and execution on the jet sweep. They're able to use his speed on the perimeter to help generate that first down.
And the Wolverines with the 1st and 10. Looking for a gap. It's Bannon. A 7-yard pickup. It'll be 2nd and 3. Deep in the season, that crisp air all around you, and this feels like a must-win game, guys.
This is a game that will impact the college football playoff. It'll have conference championship implications, and it'll have bowl game implications as well. David, so much riding on the line in this one.
And you can feel it, man. You can feel the energy. The players this week, they were on high. Like, you could tell they were ready for the challenge. This is going to be an absolute showdown.
He looks that one in nicely. Good throw and catch. Takes it down to the 5 as the offense tries to cash in. 2nd down coming up on this red zone opportunity. Single back formation, and they give it to it. Can't quite cross the plane to get the 6, but they'll have the 1st down. So close to cashing it in for this offense. Trying to punch it in. And he takes it in for the score. Touchdown, Wolverines.
I really like that drive for this offense. Putting last week behind them, putting the drive together, showing some explosiveness. This offense really put last week behind them. The poor performance last week, starting off with a bang here today.
Now they'll line up for what they hope is automatic. And the PAT makes it 7-0. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And it was closed out by the short yardage touchdown. Here's the return from inside his 10. He was looking for more running room, but none to be found as he stopped at the 23. The Wolverines offense has the ball for the first time. A big challenge for both of these quarterbacks, Jesse, is dealing with a ball-hawking free safety on the other side.
Oh, you're right, Reese. QBs better be good with their eyes. Better not stare down wide receivers in this one, because if you float the ball down the middle of the field, that's getting picked.
And these guys are going to be right in the middle of the field, flying all over the field, and quarterbacks will make sure that they are locked in and not throwing the ball near those guys.
He wants to throw here on 2nd down. Firing to the right, complete. Good job running that route to get past the sticks because he got nothing after the catch. This crowd trying to make life miserable for this offense. Out of the gun, the inside kick. There's so many great rivalries in college football, guys, but I think this one, because of the disdain and the excellence, sort of rises to the top.
Yeah, I mean, listen, there are great rivalries scattered all around this country. In-state rivalries, interconference rivalries, of great history, great pageantry. But I think what makes Ohio State versus Michigan unique is the fact that more often than not, these are two teams competing for national championships at the end of the year, and this game really does determine the national landscape.
And 19 national championships between the two teams. Late in the year, it always mattered. You go back to 2006, number 1 versus number 2. So always disdain, always hate. Don't even call each other by their names. Like, this rivalry means so much to college football.
He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple.
You know when you're playing against a defense of this caliber, you're going to have some sort of balance, right? You can't just drop back and throw it every single play. Nothing going on that last run. They're going to have to find another way to get it going and handing the ball.
Really nice stop there from this senior leader. Better find the earplugs. Here comes the noise, backing this defense on 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Got his man on the right. They make the stop, but not before they do their work up top and pick up a 1st down. As they get set to snap it, just about to reach the end of the quarter. They'll go to the counter. And a short gain here in the 1st quarter will come to a close. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. Guys, let's have a look at the stats as we've played 1 period. They are lined up and ready to go and get things started here in the 2nd. Kept it on the ground on 1st down, now back to the line. On second down, just keeps firing. Safe completion on the screen. Not a whole lot of room there on that screen pass as it just never developed. This crowd rising up, sensing that its defense needs some help. Sweet cut there. And he'll be taken down, but he does have enough for the first down.
Well, I know this is an offensive line that has a ton of pride. They want to come out each and every game and really impose their will on the D-line. They got just enough push there on that run play to pick up the first.
He'll be brought down at the 5-yard line, and this defense is on its heels. Going to work in the red zone, they can't pick up the first down without getting it into the end zone. Wide receiver shows motion. Trying to get the edge with a quick touch pass. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Ohio State.
Big-time players make big plays in big games, man. It seems like each and every week when this guy has an opportunity in the end zone, he's coming up with the big one. That time, great job focusing and concentration. Defense not able to cover him. That's his now 10th receiving touchdown on the year.
On to attempt the try. Splits the uprights. Precise, relentless execution on that 13-play scoring drive. And the score comes on a 5-yard touchdown pass. From inside his own 15, trying to follow his blockers. He's brought down after a good return, gets it out to the 31. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Now they need to put something together to answer that last score.
There's a lot of pressure, too, on this offense to have to execute at a high level. They've got to score points, David, but they can't go too fast because their defense right now is tired.
And I think that's the difficulty being a play caller. Like, I have to balance all of those things. My defense is a little bit tired. I can't put on the field, but I got to be aggressive because this is a back-and-forth type game, so a lot to process and think about.
After the last run, would you just give it to him again on third down? From the gun, wants to pass. It's on target and complete. They make the stop, but the sweet throw and catch is plenty to give him a first down.
Great job by the running back on this play. It's a big third down, and his ability to catch the ball, turn around, get north, make a guy miss, and go move the sticks. Awesome individual effort.
I like feeding my guy. I like getting my running back touches, feeding him the ball so he can break some of those big runs. But I'm also okay with these little ones. Set the tone, stay balanced.
They'll ride the running back and leave it with him. Tackle is made, but not until he gets the first down.
I love this guy because he brings a physicality to this Michigan offense. Bo Schembechler would have loved this guy. He would have loved to jog a few extra tight ends on the field, get the QB under center, student body right, and give this guy the football. He would have fit in perfectly with his running style. Man, he is hard to bring down.
After the 9-yard pickup on first down, here's 2nd and 1. It's reverse. Got some room, entered to the goal line. He'll get that one all the way down to the 4-yard line before he stopped.
Give the offensive line tons of credit on that running play. Just working really well as a unit right now. They're being physical. They're getting a lot of push. And you see guys working up into the second level, getting hats on hats, and linebackers and DBs as they try to get involved. This O-line right now really showcasing their physicality.
Slams it ahead. He's got it down to the 1-yard line right on the doorstep of Pater.
Well, he gets tackled down at the 1-yard line, so offensively, do you feel confident enough on third here trying to hand it off again?
Yeah, and I'm taking both these downs, and I'm coming downhill. I'm running the football, trying to get this in the end zone. I only got a yard to go. I got to be physical.
We'll take a quick break here. 2 minutes to play in the first half. And on 4th down, here comes the field goal unit. Never a doubt. Right down the middle. And guys, after the field goal, now they have the lead.
Well, the head coach decided to play it safe on 4th and inches and trot his field goal team out there, and his field goal kicker just made him look like a pretty smart guy.
After putting up the field goal, they're set to kick it away. And they desperately wanted to attempt a return, but decided not to. Instead, they'll take the touchback. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. Boy, David, they would love to stack another touchdown on top of that last drive.
And this offense did such a good job on the last drive. Everything in rhythm, moved the ball down the field, didn't make those mistakes, Jesse, and they need to do it again on this one.
Yeah, you're right. They had the defense on their heels. You wonder what sort of communication was going on that sideline. What sort of changes were they able to make, because they got to stop the bleeding right now.
Set up for 2nd and short after that completion. He's looking to throw. Blasted as he lets it go. Nowhere close on that one as he got drilled trying to deliver the football, and now they face 3rd down. Looking to throw for it. Finds his tight end. He gets it oh so close to the 1st down marker, but I think he's going to be a touch short. The Buckeyes will punt it away on 4th down. Getting our first look of the afternoon at the punter. First one's on its way. The leg ought to be strong. Only called on twice in the victory last week. Guys, here come those maize and blue winged helmets on offense. Always good to get points on a drive, David, but chip shot field goals can leave you a little empty.
And I think it's great to get points, but the great teams get touchdowns in the red area. You got to get out there this time and execute a little better on this drive.
You're absolutely right, David. Generally, the best red zone offenses are the ones that run the ball the best. So let's see if they can be a little bit more.
And he pulls it in inside the 15-yard line. And he'll take it to the house. He got loose. Touchdown, Michigan.
You know, oftentimes in college football, the best offenses are the ones that can create explosive plays, just like you saw right there. They're top 10 in the nation in points per game because they don't have to drive the field. They've got dudes scattered all over this offense that can take it the distance on any given play.
Ready to try the point after. And the extra point will tack another one onto this lead. This offense prides itself on going after you, and they did with that long touchdown pass to finish off a 2-play drive. No chance for a return as that ball flies out of the back of the end zone. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. So late in the half, this is really an opportunity, David, maybe to swing the momentum in their favor.
Dang right. There's no time to be concerned. If we're a little bit down, listen, I just think this is a point with the offense that they can prove. Like, we're here, we're going to create something now that we can build on in the second half.
Coach said all week he wanted to be aggressive. This is a great opportunity to show that right now. At the end of the first half, try and generate some momentum, score some points before going into halftime.
There's a timeout called as this offense tries to find a way to draw a little closer. To the air on 1st down. And he's lucky to get that one back. This junior quarterback knows better than to try that too often. And after the incompletion on 1st down, this offense looking at 2nd down. They want to throw it. And wings it incomplete.
And how nice is it to have the home crowd going absolutely bananas? Communication is harder. The snapping the football, everybody being on time. Man, this crowd really affecting the football game.
He showed it all there, a little elusiveness, a little power, and he's got the 1st down. Here's a timeout on the field. Tight game here late in the 1st half. And the Buckeyes have it with a 1st and 10. Looking to move it through the air. Didn't have much of a choice there, but to get rid of it. They're about to run a dirty half-dozen plays on this drive. Couldn't connect on 1st down, now back to the air. And that's a live ball. Defense covering it up and not letting the offense get it back. Gets a turnover.
Nice job by the defense there. They're trying to get to the quarterback, and you see those arms. They're flailing. They're swatting at that football. They're trying to get the ball out of the QB's hands. Those long arms by those D linemen, man. They were able to...
He unleashes a long one. Pass is incomplete, and we dwindle down to 7 seconds. Just a few seconds remaining here as they try to put something up before halftime. Right back to the air on 2nd and 10. 15. And the tackle is made, but not before that completion gets them 30+. So with only seconds left in the half, here comes the field goal unit. Absolutely perfect. And they'll trot off to the locker room after the field goal to close the half.
Michigan leads 20-7 at halftime thanks to Billy Savage's field goal, but mostly thanks to the Michigan offense. U Beach, Cedric Westbrook, Justin Algier, and others. Johnny Candy, obviously. Michigan up over their rivals, Ohio State, 20-7. Number 10, Michigan, starting to kind of pull this one open against put a bigger wound in Ohio State fans' hearts.
A lot of coaches will say the difference between winning
There's
and
Joe
losing
Montgomery's
comes down to
touchdown,
stopping big plays
and here's
and
the
getting big plays.
Cedric Westbrook
If you
touchdown
ask me,
pass,
it's more
touchdown
about
reception.
how good you are on third down and how efficient you are in keeping drives
And
alive.
then this
Those two
set up
stats
the field
can
goal.
help you break the will of even the best defenses and help you come out on top. With
So, some stats for you coming up. Michigan stats. Hugh Beach, 6 of 7, 139 and a touchdown. While on the ground, Michigan Tandy, 8 for 42, and Montgomery, 5 for 30 and a score. Receiving, Cedric Westbrook, 1 reception for the 47-yard touchdown. No picks. But we did have a forced fumble in that first half. It was Lois LaFleur and Jake Hoker recovered the ball for Michigan. And now we'll send you back out for the second half. Thanks for watching.
back to the guys to see how the fight between Michigan and Ohio State plays out.
The Wolverines will boot it away to start the second half. From inside the 10-yard line, he'll go. And he loses the ball deep in his own end.
Wow, they narrowly avoid disaster there. They fumble the kick return, and if that goes to the other team, all the momentum is no longer with them. So a nice job being able to pounce back on that. The head coach breathing a huge sigh of relief.
And now on second down for this offense. Unloads quickly. Tackle is made after the first down.
It's a nice job running the in route there by the receiver. And the best thing he did after he made his break, he didn't trail and fade away. He actually attacked the football. That's a good lesson for young receivers out there watching.
Pushes ahead for a couple. They'll mark it at the 33.
And the defense doing a great job committing to the run. When you commit to the run like this, obviously you can give up some plays in the passing game, but you got to stop the run first.
Finds the tight end. And that defense pushing him out of bounds after a short gain. And this offense can ill afford to come up empty on this drive, already trailing by multiple possessions. He's dropped behind the line of scrimmage. That'll be a loss of 3.
And yeah, that's kind of surprising. And we talked about this before the game. One of the big matchups. Run the football against a defense that's been susceptible against the run throughout the season. But this offense just can't find a way to get it going. And
oh, he got home and blocked the punt.
And you got to give the special teams coach a lot of credit. He's been game planning this all week long. He saw something on film that made him believe they might be able to get some push and get some penetration right up the middle of the field, and it worked. Huge play on the block punt.
Twist his way through.
And when these quarterbacks run these zone reads, or read options, whatever you want to call them, they have to put their eyes on a certain defender, and they're reading him. And basically, you can't be right. That's what makes it so hard to defend, because if you do one thing, he's going to do the other. If you do the other thing, he's going to do the other. So, good luck stopping.
It's first down from the 11. He's got his man. He's down at the 1, and they almost had the touchdown pass on that one. It'll be second down, and remember, they can pick up a first without scoring. The give out of the gun. Touchdown, Wolverines! And they add 6 more to the board with that trip to the house. Now they have extended this lead, guys, starting to put the hammer, but sometimes a rivalry game can give you a little of extra fight back.
And there can be no panic at this point now. You worked too hard this offseason, David. They've had this game circled for so long. You've got to play your best football right now and fight back.
And you just need something good to happen on this next possession. You got to get the crowd back into this football game. Big rivalry, get some emotion, get some momentum on your side.
Try to barge their way in. He's not going to make it. Stopped short of the goal line, and they are unable to extend this lead any further. Lining up to cover the kick after that touchdown drive. From inside his own 10, let's see what he gets. Nice job by the kickoff team. Everybody stayed in their lanes, and they'll stop him at the 16. Here comes the Ohio State offense onto the field. They'll give it to the back. That may not look like a huge run, but they'll take it as it gets them up to the 24. They can really be aggressive after that last play. It's 2nd and 3. From the gun, running back gets to give. Not a lot of room, but found his way ahead for 2 out to the 26. Facing a 3rd down and short from the 26. Quickly to the tight end. Brought to the ground, but not before getting enough for the 1st down. The Buckeyes will have it 1st and 10. Handoff to the lone back. Finding a way to put that foot in the ground and get it up to the 37-yard line. After the productive 1st down play, it's 2nd and 6. Quick strike complete. Oh, he just handled it poorly, and it's a fumble. He picks it up, still on his feet.
And what a great job by the defense, securing the wide receiver, getting the football out, getting it on the deck, and dadgummit if it didn't bounce right back to the offense.
Looking to throw. It'll fall incomplete. A little creativity on 1st down, but it doesn't work. It'll be 2nd down. Couldn't make the connection last time. Let's see if they throw it again. They're trying to slow that rush down with the draw.
Yeah, and this has been tough sledding. All right, this offense has really struggled to move the football, and this game's all but over. But here's the thing, man. Thank God you don't play this defense every week. And let's continue to work here and find something we do good and build maybe a little bit of momentum so next week we play a little bit better football.
And sure, tackling there to keep him from getting to the 1st down marker. The Buckeyes will bring the punt team onto the field. And don't forget, he did have one blocked earlier. Trying to play a little field position with that high punt. He'll call for the fair catch here. And here comes the Michigan offense back on the field. Leaves it with the back. And the defense holds firm. No pickup at all on that play. They got nothing on the last play. It's 2nd and 10. Wide receiver now comes in motion. He's looking for an open man on 2nd down. They'll run the screen. Didn't have much room to run and not a whole lot of help. Short gain there and still plenty of ground to cover for the 1st down. Now facing a 3rd and long. From the gun, wants to pass. Gonna let it fly. It's caught. And what a job to get the foot down and make it a huge gain along the sideline.
What a beautiful throw and catch on this play. And I love the job the receiver did tracking the ball in the air. Nice job of locating the throw and then hauling it in.
They used a chunk play to cross midfield, and they've got it 1st and 10 just outside the 40. The give from the gun. We'll give him a couple on that one. 2nd and 8 coming up.
That's a really good job by the defense, wrapping them up, getting them on the ground, take away that run game, make them one-dimensional, put them in passing situations. Really good job by the defense.
Just a solid stop by this sophomore. They'll need to get the ball to the 34 to convert this 3rd down. From the gun, wants to pass. Escapes the sack. Moves away as he feels pressure. He'll let one go down the right side.
Got to give the defense credit on that play, taking everything away, forcing the incompletion. Now it's decision time. 4th and short, and you're in field goal range. What do you do here?
And the Wolverines will send out the punt unit. He ought to be able to use this first punt to pin him deep. Puts a boot to it. Didn't see a lot of him in that loss last week. Only called on twice. And the punt hits at the 6, and they can't down it, and it'll be a touchback. They'll snap it from the 20 for the opening play of this drive. Off the play fake on first down. Oh, he's going to try to get it all here. Oh, and he gets downfield for the big catch. Touchdown, Buckeyes! What a catch and run for 6. Got to start cutting into this lead somewhere. Now the question, will they have enough time?
But that's step one. You got to get that first score. You got to get back in the ball game and get some of that momentum back on your side. You still got more work to do, but step one accomplished.
PAT unit on the field. Right down the middle. If only it were always this easy for the offensive coordinators. One play, big chunk yardage, put points on the board just like that. Fair catch called for and made. They'll be able to get off one more play before quarter's end. Takes the handoff. It's Montgomery. At the 35, he's open. They make the tackle, but not before he finishes off this third period with a big play. We've reached the end of the period, and Michigan has the lead. And as we switch ends of the field, let's take a quick look at the national rankings. First down to start the drive after the break. From the gun, the give, looking for room. And he has a solid gain before the defense bottles him up. Solid pickup of 4 on first down and 2nd and 6. Leaves it with the running back. They've got it inside the 30. They'll mark it at the 28. It's first down. The Wolverines come to the line with a new set of downs. He'll pull it on the read. A solid pickup there before the defense is able to make the stop.
You know, as a quarterback, when you're doing this zone read play, you got to read that defensive end. And if he crashes down hard inside to take the running back away, right away you know now you're keeping the football. Nice job.
He'll take a shot. Had it in his hands for the score and let it fall to the turf. It'll be third down. Trying to pick up a first down. He'll do it himself. And the defense had its hands full, but they finally wrestle him down short of the first down. And this kicker is turning into old reliable. He's already knocked through a couple today. Just drives it between the uprights. And now the lead is extended a little further. So after the last drive ended with a field goal, the kickoff team out there to send it away. This will not be returnable as it sails out of the back of the end zone. The Buckeyes roll that offense back out there. Boy, that last touchdown, the one-play quick strike scored. Jesse, this offense hoping to keep that kind of explosiveness going.
And I don't know if they're going to get the same looks defensively because of just how explosive that play was, Reese. David, they may be seeing a little bit more off coverage on this drive and maybe some softer boxes to run into.
And when you make that kind of explosive play, you're going to put the defense on its heels. They're going to be a little bit more conservative. So this offensive approach now, maybe I don't have to go deep. I can go a little bit shorter and just make those easy plays underneath.
You know, at this point of the game, guys, trailing the way they are late in the game, check down throws are not going to get it done. You have got to be more aggressive in the passing game. You're going to have to just start taking shots.
Really putting together a threat now. They get the first. It's at the 37.
I'll tell you, you cannot count this team out because of who's playing quarterback. When this guy's in the game, it's never over. Yeah, they're trailing here in the fourth quarter, but this dude can put up points quickly.
And they'll finally catch up to him, but not before a big chunk of yardage is picked up. From the red zone, looking for a space. Finds his big tight end. Couldn't quite nudge it in. Not sure you could get much closer, but it'll be first and goal. And the Buckeyes will hustle to the line. They're going to throw it again. And he's got it! Touchdown, Ohio State!
Have a day, young fella. I foresee some social media posts in his future. Not one, not two, but 3 receiving touchdowns on the day. What a ball game.
And they pick up the extra point. Kicker knocked it right down the middle. About to kick it away after scoring the touchdown. Looking for daylight from inside his 20. Finds just enough space to cross the 25. Let's mark it at the 27-yard line. Michigan ready to get that offense rolling again. Jesse, they had to kick a field goal the last time they had it.
Yeah, and oftentimes early in games, you're just trying to find your rhythm. Some things work, some don't on that first drive, David. Be interesting to see what happens here in the second drive.
Yeah, you got a feel for the defense now. You understand what they're trying to do, what their game plan is. Now you get to go into phase 2 of your game plan.
That pass is incomplete, and they're probably fortunate that it wasn't knocked free for a fumble. Motion from the offense. On 3rd and long, he's going to have to throw for it. And the incomplete pass will bring up 4th down. And the Wolverines will call on their punt team.
Well, 3rd and short, the offense dials up the screen, expecting the pass rush to come upfield man-to-man, but it just simply does not work. Defense stays home, and they force the incompletion.
This is the biggest drive of the game, but the offense has to stay cool. No reason to panic. Then again, panicking is never a good idea. Oh, picked off. He was dreaming of getting a few more on that return, but they'll take it in business at the 32.
Oh, man, and that's a big interception late in this game. And listen, I know you're trying to go vertical with the 4 verts, but so did the defense. Great job staying deep, playing the football in the air, and forcing the ginormous turnover.
First down here with time for maybe one more play until the 2-minute warning. The give and tick, 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 tick. And he's able to find a little bit of running room before they get him down. Now on 2nd down, and we'll probably see another run, and that might do it if they can get a first down. He's knocked down in the backfield. He'll lose a couple. Defense uses a timeout quickly, trying to get that ball back and preserve time for their offense. 3rd and short from the 26. Pretty easy field goal range, but they'd love to pick up the first. They'll leave it with the lone back. And boy, is he close to that first down, maybe just a couple of inches short. Man down on the play as the officials take a break to let him be checked out. Linebackers trying to create some confusion. Now this is rolling the dice, or perhaps they've gone outside their head. They're already up. Boy, this could really backfire if they don't convert on 4th down. The decision to go for it does not pan out. First down here for the offense. He wants to throw. He makes the grab. That's some old school, hard-nosed, tough running as he powers his way to the 30. The completion short of the sticks, it's 2nd down. He's looking to throw. Got out of trouble, got rid of it. It's complete. Finally stopped at the 46 after a 15-yard gain. Offense rushing to the line of scrimmage. Clock is stopped for the first down. They'll try to get it off quickly. He's going to pass. And the physical play there forces the incompletion on first down. Now 2nd and 10. He's looking to throw. He makes the connection. Tackle is made at the 44, but he picked up 10 yards and enough for a first down. He's looking to throw it. Coming after it. Unleashes one. Finds a man on the right. Finally run out of bounds, but he has this offense rolling with a first down. Huge moment coming here as they try to quiet this raucous, crazy crowd. From the red zone, he's going to throw it. Got his man. And that defense is there to guide him out of bounds after a short gain. This crowd even louder now on 2nd down as they try to hold on. He's looking to throw. Trying to get to him. Good job to toss that ball out of bounds and avoid the loss. 3rd down, and these fans trying to make it impossible to communicate. From the gun, wants to pass. Lets it go to the end zone. And the pass hits, picked off. And he's brought down, and this defense gets the ball back for its own.
When you're down late in the game, you got to make plays. It's really tough not to force the football. You could tell quarterback forces the football. Defense comes up with a huge interception.
They'll start this drive with an end around. And the freshman does a great job using his technique and getting the man on the ground. Calling a timeout here, you have to avoid making a mistake in this situation. Takes the handoff. It's Bannon. And just wedges it ahead a bit before he's brought down.
And that's exactly what I want from my offense. Like, listen, they're out of timeouts. I want this clock to tick. Now, we have seen some college coaches across college football continue to run the football and also give up the football and give a gift to the other team. This one's over if I just take a knee.
The Wolverines will punt this
Michigan
one away. They'll look to pin him deep.
With 3 seconds left.
Surprisingly
And
makes
they'll
a
call for
fair
fair catch,
catch
so
just
Ohio State
outside the 40-yard
will
line.
have one
Got to get
shot.
everybody lined up quickly,
They're going to-
time winding away, and they've got to push the ball down
They
the
can
field.
score on the down there.
Going up
Shot
top on
down.
first down.
They'll look to throw for 2.
Here's
Going
a throw
deep.
downfield late.
Going deep. Off
And
and
the end zone
out.
and is picked off. And that pick will seal the game as the clock strikes 0.
Let's go Ohio State. Defeats them 29-21 in this game in the big.
It's really easy to get caught up in the emotion of a rivalry game. We did, and certainly this was a huge win.
Yeah, and you started, you circled
Hey.
it, you were ready for this team. This is
Yeah.
the rivalry you put a lot of stock in all offseason. You're talking about this game in particular. You go out and get the dub. It's a relief because you definitely wanted this team.
And it's bragging rights for everybody, for the coaching staff, for the fans, but how about for the players as well? For another 365 days, you can talk about how you went out, dominated, and you beat your rival. A lot of these guys are going to go into the NFL. They'll be in locker rooms next year. They'll be talking about this for a long time.
That's going to do it for us from here. For Jesse Palmer, David Pollack, I'm Reese Davis, and this has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.
Stats. Sean Massey had 2 picks. 2 forced fumbles, 1 fumble, 2 fumble recovery. TJ Thomas and Jay Coker. Savage. 3 for 3. 2 for 2 on extra points. 3 punts for Kent Warner. And then go through here. So, one look at the 2 stats. 7 36, 35, 2 touchdowns, 3 picks. And Michigan. We'll see next week how things shake out. If we will play for a Big Ten title, or if we'll play for, we'll have to wait our fate in 2 weeks. Jason Johnson commits. France commits. to Michigan. 2 more commits after that. Win against the Buckeyes of Ohio State. We finished 10-2, ranked number 9 in the country. The Gills. So, Michigan. Bruce Dixon. As we offer more scholarships here. We will power repeat. Michigan. We add this athlete, looks like a quarterback. Mr. Wick here. Captain Wick. Doesn't like the named after the movie star John Wick, or the movie character John Wick. We got the top 3 recruits that commit to Michigan. Kenneth Tukar, 6'7", ranked commits in the country. So, Michigan will skip. We are more than likely not for a Big Ten championship. We will not be playing for a Big Ten title. Nebraska and Penn State will be the Big Ten championship game. We're slated to get the 10 seed in the playoffs. You can look at the bracket as of right now. Of course, if Nebraska will beat Penn State, all that will change. So, Earl Kissel commits to Michigan. Gotta hope that our win against the Buckeyes proved enough. We deserve this top. Football championship, college football playoff title game, playoffs, and we just got to hope that we prove our work to the college football committee. Their bracket heading into championship week looks like this. Not much different from the last one we looked at. Michigan. Michigan will, I think, anyway, we get a look. And as Danny McKinney commits, Tony Brooks commits, Alex Bigsby commits, the Greenmore commits, to add to this top class, I think, in the country. Football playoff bracket looks like this. Nebraska upset Tennessee. Good night. Upset Penn State. Are you kidding me? Take a look at this. Nebraska upset them by 7, 56-49. And what must have been a thrilling football game to watch. This one, does this mean we will make the playoffs? We don't know. I think our level of competition was much better than most people, since David Mincy commits to the Michigan Wolverines. Still having a battle with Wheeler and Stammer. 3,000 XP on that. After that week, Greg Blade wins the Heisman in 2029, so we will not have back-to-back Heisman winners from Michigan, as new guard Edopiai won it last year, if you remember, in our championship season. Najee Tandy wins best running back. 212 carries, 1,251 yards, and 16 touchdowns. Jamal Spain gets best interior lineman. He also gets best center. Lois LaFleur gets best linebacker, 46 total tackles, 26 tackles for loss, and 13 sacks. And we will be playing in the playoffs. We'll be playing in Autzen, Oregon. They're in Eugene, Oregon, in Autzen Stadium, when we play the Oregon Ducks. Okay. Good luck to the Michigan Wolverines. Send us your prayers, because Oregon has been our nemesis. They were last year in our championship season. Luckily, we didn't have to face them in the Rose Bowl. This year, there's a good chance we have to play them. But that will be next episode. Thanks for watching today's episode. Michigan takes down the Buckeyes of Ohio State. And one final look at our schedule. That game, 1v2 at the time. Then we played an FCS school and destroyed them. Destroyed Washington at home. Lost to USC on the road, a very bad USC team. 7-5. Ouch. Beat clobbered Purdue. Beat Maryland. Scored the most points of the season against the at the time ranked Northwestern team. Obviously, they weren't that good. And then beat a Michigan State team by 3 on the road. And we lost to Nebraska on the road, the eventual Big Ten champions. And then, of course, we came home and beat Ohio State in this episode. So that'll do it for this one. Thanks for watching. We'll play Oregon in the playoff next week in Eugene. See you then. Thanks for watching, and go Blue.